Good evening. It is 9:12, and in 1912, in the publication The World Today, Tesla gives an interview saying that it would be possible to split the planet by combining vibrations with the correct resonance of the Earth itself. Tesla said, "Within a few weeks, I could set the Earth's crust into such a state of vibration that it would rise and fall hundreds of feet." So we're looking at Nikola Tesla, and that's what he said in the publication The World Today in 1912. During an interview, he could split the planet in two with the rise and fall. It would rise and fall with the frequency, the resonance of the Earth itself, the vibrations. You all. So let me put my tablet down, you all. I just wanted to put that there so I could read it, is what I wanted to do. I'm going to come over here and look at this, you all. This ain't no joke. That's 1912 when he said that. And he was quite confident in what he was saying. He really was. And that's quite all right. It's all right, you all. Hello. And good evening, Apple Brooks, honey. Yes, Starfire 777. Hello, you all. Yeah, we're going to look at him. We are, because I don't really know that much about Nikola Tesla, but I do want to look. Can you all hear me? Yes. Hello, CBS News. So let's look at this. Here we are on the screen right here. I want to go look at a picture of, am I on the screen? I want to look at a picture of Nikola Tesla right here. This is what he looks like. He probably isn't dead. They probably got somebody who looks like him. He could have been an immortal. He could have. You never know. It's just, I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. Well, that's exactly right. They don't have any of their own. Look at this. Nikola Tesla and Ovini's UFOs. This is really interesting. Look at that. Look at that. 300 documents confiscated after his death. After his death, you all. Look at this. Map to multiplication. Look at this. Come on now. Look at this, you all. Look at this grid right here. Look at this. Ley lines. And look at this. Time to reclaim Earth's hijack ancient energy. That's really interesting, you all. It really, look at the date on this. 12-12-12. The number of multiples itself through the system as a perfect square. It bounces from position 6, 9 to 12. I don't know anything about this stuff, you all, but that right there really does look kind of like something like this, something like this. Yeah, it does. It looks like stuff like that, you all. If you're just tuning in, I was led to Nikola Tesla. Okay, I was. And I really don't know much about him, but he seems like a very interesting man. Okay, he does. So let's look at this. If you're all just tuning in, hello. Yeah, energy. So this is what he said. Let's look at this, you all. This is from an interview. Nikola Tesla, dreamer. His 3-day ship to Europe and his scheme to split the Earth. Look, the man who lives ahead of his age is called a dreamer. Such a man is Tesla. He predicted wireless telegraphy long before it came about, And he gave the world alternating current without the long-distance transmission, which long-distance transmission of electric power would be impossible. He is a man you will be glad to meet. His dreams are fascinating. His dreams are fascinating, you all. Look at this. Internal combustion. I will guarantee you, said Tesla, to put my turbine into Wright biplane and drive it 200 miles an hour. That is to say, the turbine will finish sufficient power. Of course, no one could sit in the Wright biplane going 200 miles an hour. So he wanted to develop a flying machine. You also look at this. So the world today, look at this. So we got all that. So let's get to this part about the vibrations of a violin's note happen to coincide with the frequency of the vibrations of a wine glass as the vibrations produced by the flute happen to coincide with the vibrations of a particular piano string, a frequency. Everything has to do with that, okay? You also I wanted to see this right here about how he's talking about the frequency as vibration. Okay, there was also something known as the Schumann Resonance. Hey, look at this. Look at this, you all. So the Schumann Resonance, we have this picture. This is NASA. At any given moment, about 2,000 thunderstorms will roll over the earth, producing some 50 flashes of lightning every second. Each lightning burst creates an electromagnetic wave that begins to circle around the earth, captured between the earth's surface and boundary about 60 miles up. Now, about 60 miles up. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. About 60 miles up. I know I read in the comments section here in one of these posts that I did talking about that firmament. Somebody said that you can only go, well, how many miles up was it before you would hit the top of the firmament? Somebody said something there. It's either 79, 69. I know it was not much further than what NASA said. Okay, you all, come on, you got to help me out because I do read those comments, you all. That's right. Hello there, King of Ahuka Mundo. Hello, everybody. Somebody knows about it, you all. Come on, because NASA just now said. They just now said, you all, let's look at this. Look at this. So this is really interesting. The dome, yes, they did this. Look at, so they're talking about any given moment, about 2,000 thunderstorms will roll over the earth, producing 50 flashes of lightning every second. And each lightning burst will create electromagnetic waves 9 miles up to begin circle around the earth, capture between the earth's surface and a boundary of 60 miles up. Somebody said something about something up. I don't know about that 9 miles. I thought I read something more than that, you all. I really did. Some of the waves, if they have just the right wavelength, will combine, increasing in strength to create a repeating atmospheric heartbeat known as the Schumann Resonance. Roswell, Swanson, 60 miles up. Okay. The resonance provides a useful tool to analyze Earth's weather, its electric environment, and to even help determine what type of atoms and molecules exist in Earth's atmosphere. Really, a machine that copies that a magician uses for his show. Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. So this is really, so if you think about it, if HAARP heats up the atmosphere, because let's see about this. There was something about on one of these things. There was a heater. There was atmospheric heaters. Okay, there was atmospheric heaters heating up the earth. Where is in one of these grids, you all? Let me find it, you all. 60. Yeah, they said 60 miles, 69 miles up. Okay, I'm trying to get this, you all. CERN. Oh my goodness, you all. I seen it on here and I don't know if oh my gosh, look at that. The New Manhattan Project. Shh, I did not say that. I didn't say it, you all. You did not hear that coming out of my mouth at all. I did not say that. I wouldn't say that, you all. I would not. Okay, I wouldn't do it. Not at all, you all. I did not say that. That's right. So really, if you have atmospheric, let's do this, you all. We're going to do it. Atmospheric. Well, I've got this book right here. Where was it at? Angels Don't Play This Harp. I do have that book. So grid lines of heart or atmospheric. Let me look at atmospheric heaters. Okay, not hearts, heaters. Well, I spelt it wrong, but that's okay, you all. Let me do this. Let me do this. So these are like atmospheric heaters. Look at this. Look how they got this. A lens effect. So now let's think about this. So if there is a dome and there's a firmament up there, and these waves, according to NASA right here, these frequency waves, if the waves circle the Earth, are captured between the Earth's surface and a boundary about 60 miles up. See, that's what I say. Flashes of lightning. Each lightning burst creates electromagnetic waves that circle and 90 miles up. So if they're stuck in that, could you imagine? Yes, it's going to heat up. It's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter because it's not going to escape. You're making the air so hot. Up there is what's happening. It's getting so hot. And the heat can't escape. So we suffocate. We suffocate, you all. Come on now. Now we're going to get hot. We're going to get really hot on Earth if that happens. You all just now close that out. Why did I do that, you all? I did. So we got that right there. This is article with NASA. Look at this. So let's see what they have to say. While they'd been predicted in 1952, Schumann resonance were first measured reliably in the early 60s, and since then scientists have discovered the variations in resonance correspond to changes in the seasons, solar activity in Earth's magnetic environment, in water aerosols, in the atmosphere, and the earth-bound phenomena. 1953, and then what? In 1947 is when Admiral Byrd went to the Middle Earth, and the ruler of Agartha said it's time to make contact. Well, that's not too much time after that. 1952, it really isn't. So we've got these right here. We got Nikola Tesla saying that he wants to heat it up. He could split it in half. He could split it in half. Oh, okay. Let's look at this. He said we're gonna talk about these vibrators. He got these vibrators. The principle embodied in this experiment interested Tesla, so he determined to try it on a larger scale. He ordered from a steel company a steel link 2 feet long, 2 inches thick. He was careful to specify that the steel should be the best quality, you all. The best quality. Hello there, Susan. As a matter of fact, the link was strong enough to bear the weight of 100 tons. So Tesla fastened to this link an electric vibrator, no larger than an alarm clock. Oh my gosh, no larger than an alarm clock? You all, we got to hear this. Now, this really sounds interesting, this experiment that he done. If it's only that small, so he constructed that the frequency of the vibration could be altered at will. He set the vibrator to going and then began to vary the vibrations for the purpose of getting the vibrator in tune with the link. For a long time, nothing happened. The vibrations of the link and of the machine did not chance to coincide, but at last he got them together. The great steel link began to tremble, increased its trembling until it dilated and contracted like a beating heart, and finally broke. Oh my gosh, finally broke. Oh my gosh, finally broke it in two. Sledgehammers could not have done it. Crowbars could not have done it. But a fusillade of taps, no one of which would have harmed a baby, did it. That is absolutely remarkable. It really is. Isn't it? Let's read what else he said. So, Tesla was pleased, and he had learned something. He wanted to learn more. He put his little vibrator in his coat pocket and went out to hunt a half-erected steel building. Down in the Wall Street district, he found one that was 10 stories of steel framework without a brick or stone laid around it. He clamped his vibrator to one of the beams and fused with the adjustment until he got it. In a few minutes, he said, I could feel the beam trembling. Gradually, the trembling increased in intensity and extended throughout the whole great mass of steel. Finally, the structure began to creak and weave, and the steel workers came to the ground panic-stricken, believing that there had been an earthquake. Did they say earthquake, you all? Did they say earthquake? Did they say it? That there had been an earthquake. They thought there was an earthquake. Oh my goodness, with those vibrations. You don't say. They don't say, you all. They thought it was an earthquake. Wow. Oh my gosh, you all. That's really interesting. I love it. I like it. Well, I don't like it, but I love it, but I like learning. I do. So look at this. So it creaked. Okay, and the steel workers came to the ground panic-stricken, believing that there had been an earthquake. Rumors spread that the building was about to fall, and the police reserves were called out. Before anything serious happened, I took off the vibrator and I put it in my pocket and walked away. But if I had kept on 10 minutes more, I could have laid that building flat in the street. And with the same vibrator, I could drop Brooklyn Bridge into the East River in less than an hour. That is a lot of power from a small instrument, a lot of power. He could have dropped the Brooklyn Bridge with that, you all. He could have vibrated it so much. Okay, you know what happens when these earthquakes happen. We know what happens when earthquakes happen. Let's look at what earthquakes happened. Massive earthquakes. Let's look at this, you all. Massive earthquakes. This is what happens right here. Buildings collapse, bridges collapse, roads collapse. Look at this. Buildings collapse. Okay, and Nikola Tesla, he has just said what he could do. If I had kept on 10 minutes more, I could have laid that building flat in the street. And with the same vibrator, I could drop the Brooklyn Bridge into the East River in less than an hour. In less than an hour. Okay. Right there. He could drop that into the river in less than an hour, you all. Look at this. Collapsing these bridges right here. Drop it into the river in less than an hour. Yeah, so, yeah, not that, but that, yeah, and then you got this. But yeah, so, drop it in less than an hour. He could have made those buildings fall down, flattened them. That's what he said. Flattened them all. Just like that. And that's what earthquakes can do. They can flatten buildings. And they do. They flatten whole towns. They do it all. Yes, you all, they do it all. They do. I've really... Yeah, I didn't know about him. I didn't know about Mr. Nikola Tesla at all. I didn't. Let's read the rest of this. Now comes the dream, or whatever it is. Tesla says that he can split the earth in the same way. Split it as a boy would split an apple. And maybe split wood in half. Maybe. Split an apple and forever end the career of man. Oh my gosh, that sounds scary, you all. It really does. This seems like quite a large order, but see what he says about it. The vibrations of the earth, he said, have a periodicity. That's a hard word to say. Periodicity of approximately 1 hour and 49 minutes. Oh my goodness, 1 hour and 49 minutes. How we doing there on that live stream, you all? Do you all got it under control? Because I'm not looking at those comments. I'm seeing you all got it going on. I know you got it. I know you do. Yes. That's right, you all. Ah, yes. That's right. That's wonderful, you all. You got it going on. That's perfect. Yes, so you all, we're going to look at this. We are. So the vibrations of the earth. Thank you, Apple Brooks, honey. The vibrations of the earth, said he, have a periodicity of approximately 1 hour and 49 minutes. That is to say, if I strike the earth this instant, a wave of contraction goes through it that will come back in 1 hour and 49 minutes in the form of expansion. As a matter of fact, the earth, like everything else, is in a constant state of vibration. It is constantly contracting and expanding. Now suppose that at the precise moment when it begins to contract, that I explode a ton of dynamite. He did not say that, you all. He did not say that at all. Why would he even suggest something like that? Why would he tell them something like that, you all? Why would they? I'm sure he was a very interesting man to a lot of people who wanted to know what he knew. I am certain of it. I am. Yes. Now suppose that at the precise moment when it begins to contract, I explode a ton of dynamite that accelerates the contraction, and in 1 hour and 49 minutes, there comes an equally accelerated wave of expansion. And when the wave of expansion ebbs, suppose I explode another ton of dynamite, thus further increasing the wave of contraction. And suppose this performance is repeated time after time. Is there any doubt as to what would happen? There is no doubt in my mind. The earth would be split in two. For the first time in man's history, he has the knowledge with which he may interfere with the cosmic process. I asked Tesla how long he thought it would take him to split the earth in two. He said he didn't know. Months might be required, perhaps a year or two. But in a few weeks, he said, I could set the earth's crust into such a state of vibration that it would rise and fall hundreds of feet, throwing rivers out of their beds, wrecking buildings, and practically destroying civilization. Well, that's some powerful force, you all. That's very powerful. It really is. The principle, he says, cannot fail. It is as powerful when applied to the earth as it is when it's applied to a wine glass, a swing, or a steel link. Anyone who doubts should only bear in mind the illustration of that swing. A small boy, by each time adding a pound to the force with which a 200-pound man swings, can soon set the man swinging with the force of 500 pounds. It is necessary only to keep adding a little force at the right time. There may be flaws in this theory. Others may see them. I don't. I know that some steamship companies proceeded upon this theory, reversing its application, by the way, to keep their steamships in a relative state of equilibrium. Steamships sometimes row more violently than oceans row, merely because their movement becomes attuned to the movements of the waves. This is offset by a system of interior water tanks, back and forth through which water is forced out of tune with the waves, thus neutralizing them. The theory works aboard a ship. And the possibility that it might work if applied to the earth is sufficient to stimulate the imagination, even if the improbability of its application be sufficient to allay one's fears. Well, that's a lot of force, you all. That's they thought the building was coming down is what they did, and he said he could lay waste. He could lay waste, and you would have all of this kind of stuff happening with just vibration. Just vibration. With that little thing that he put in his pocket, he could do this. He could do it. Could you imagine if it was done on a larger scale, what could happen? With that theory he had, and with the one teeny tiny instrument he had? Yeah, that's right, you all. That is, so that is Nikola Tesla. And I learned something about him. I didn't know about it. Never knew about him. I've heard of Tesla Energy. Nikola Tesla is 59 years old. Where he keeps his years, no one knows. They are not in his face, for his face looks like 40. They are not in his hair, for his hair is black. If they are anywhere, they are in his eyes, for his eyes are sad. So boom, he said he could split the earth in two. Where you have to ask yourself, where does somebody get that power and that knowledge? Yeah. Power and knowledge. Look, the vibrations of the violin's note happen to coincide with the frequency. Okay, so yeah, you all, vibrations, and we've got NASA saying about the vibrations right here, and how 50 flashes of lightning every second on the earth. Each lightning burst creates electromagnetic waves that begin to circle around the earth, captured between the earth's surface and a boundary about 60 miles up. 60 miles up. So we're looking at these lightning strikes right here. Is that why they're arching? Because there's something, they can't go up any higher. Is that why they're doing it? Because there's something up there? It could be, obviously. They can't go no higher. They can't go no higher that way. And I guess they can't go any lower that way, but that's a lot of energy and stuff. It really is a lot of energy going on. And then if we look over here, by the way, this area is getting a lot of energy, and there was an earthquake around here in this area. This has 1.6 thousand lightning strikes within the past, I can't remember what it was. And this has 1.3 thousand lightning strikes. And if we look over here, let's come over here, you all. We're going to see the earthquake. Yes, we are. Boom, right here, 4.3 and a 4.4 in those locations right here today. Let's look at this. Boom, a 4.4 right there. And yesterday, the lightning strikes were, or so they were in this area. This area right here gets a lot of lightning strikes. This is around the Mediterranean. And I think it's along a grid line. But this right here, 4.4. And then you have these lightning strikes right around in this area right here. It is all interesting, you all. If we were to look at them today, they got 4.4. Look, they've got 3 4.4s in a row right there. 3.4.4s in a row. I'm trying to see where that's at because I can't really see it that well. Okay. Okay, yeah, these earthquakes occurred where the lightning strikes are. Because there are no lightning strikes right here. There are no earthquakes right here, but there's lightning strikes right here, and there are earthquakes right here. If we come over here, there's earthquakes over here where the lightning strikes are. Okay, I just want you to know that. I do. Lightning strikes, earthquakes. I'm not saying that lightning strikes cause those earthquakes. I'm saying that Nikola Tesla and the vibration theory, frequency and stuff can make things, shake things up a little bit. I think so. There's no telling with those lightning strikes. They got some frequency in them also. They really do. Yeah. So that's really interesting. Let's look over here in Australia. Or this is the first time I've seen an earthquake over here in this area for a while. I wonder if there's lightning strikes over there. I don't really see any. Only maybe 128 lightning strikes right here in this area. 128 lightning strikes if we were to zoom up. 0 in this area. Where are they at? Because they must have put them somewhere else. And you're not going to see all the lightning strikes here, but you can see a lot in Australia. They got a lot going on. They really do. But look at these, where these are located. These, that area that's really, you don't want earthquakes happening there because they might set off something. But there's lots of lightning strikes right there. You see them? Lots of lightning strikes right here in this area where there are earthquakes right there. Yes. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so let me see if there was anything else I wanted to show on this. How long have we been on here? Yeah. So who was he? Look at this. Look at this image on Behance. King of Ahuka Mundo. What did you say? Something about Nikola Tesla and magic? Is that what you said? Nikola Tesla and magic. Yeah. So somebody's talking about Tesla on Telegram right now. Yeah. So yeah, let's see this, you all. Oh, he had a black magic touring car? Is that what he called it? Oh, hello there, Johnny Rodriguez in Dominican Republic. So Nikola Tesla's black magic touring car back in 1931. General Electric Nikola Tesla, inventor of the AC generator, took the gasoline engine from a new Pierce Arrow and replaced it with an 80 horsepower AC electric motor with no external power source. He reportedly bought 12 vacuum tubes, some wires, and assorted resistors and assembled them. Well, we didn't get the energy. We didn't get that. They just wanted to corner the market, you all. They really did. They wanted to corner the market. Wow. It was an electromagnetic conversion. It can power all of our machinery. He harnessed, look at this, the fuel to power the world's machinery and vehicles for thousands of years can be derived from electromagnetic wave conductors. We have known for 80 plus years that electromagnetic coupling can be used to harness the freely available cosmic rays, electromagnetic radiation, and power the world. A simple antenna is an electromagnetic conductor which converts harnessed radio waves into free space to an electrical current, and this electromagnetic conversion can power all of our machinery, including our automobiles. Wow. That's really interesting. Look at that. So he had these right here, these rods, getting in the car with the circuit box in front of him and beside him. He pushed the rods and announced, "We now have power." Using no gasoline whatsoever, he proceeded to drive the car for a week at speeds of up to 90 miles per hour, you all. 90 miles per hour. Well, we'd like to have some of that energy. I guess they didn't feel that we deserved it or we needed it back then. I guess somebody else had different plans for humanity, I guess so. That's really interesting. As the AC motor can only operate on AC, alternating current that is typically supplied at home, electricity, the single 12-volt car battery wasn't the source of power, and as the car battery supplies only DC. What was the source of the power? It was electromagnetic waves, which Tesla declared is a free source of power that is everywhere, present in unlimited quantities. Wow, unlimited quantities. Look, in 1931, Pierce Arrow demonstration proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that we don't need any gasoline whatsoever to power our automobiles. An electric-powered automobile possesses many advantages, and the noisy and polluting gasoline cars could not offer. Well, I guess they didn't like it, you all. It didn't even need a muffler. Look at this. The electric cars envisioned by Tesla were a lot lighter. There was no battery packs, only a single 12-volt battery to power the lights. No gas tank, no heavy liquid gasoline or diesel, no exhaust, no muffler, no catalytic converter or pipes, no heavy combustion engine. You would never, it said, the source of the power is free. You would never have to recharge this vehicle. You would never have to pay 1 cent to any electrical company, since the source of the energy that powered his electric car in 1931 was harvested from EM waves that are all around us. And he used an antenna to capture it. Look at that, you all. So it's not difficult to understand why these vehicles were so very popular around the turn of the century. It is now obvious why the electric car was killed off 80 years ago. There was no money to be made by the oil or electric companies, and even the government couldn't make money from this type of electric car. With gas-powered cars, the government can charge a tax on every gallon of gasoline or diesel. Freely available electromagnetic energy could not be metered and therefore taxed. That's really interesting, you all. So that was Nikola Tesla. It was Nikola Tesla. He was a man before his time, you all. He really was. You ever met people like that? They know a whole lot more. And it's like somebody from the future. Really, it is. That's right. Very brilliant. Yeah. I'm sure we don't know the half of it. I really think we don't. Mm, yeah. Yeah, no free no Starfire. Yeah, no free stuff for us, you all. We don't deserve it. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. We don't we don't get any free stuff. That's true. And I was trying to look at Black Magic. Well, that was the name of his car, Black Magic. Look, now they're trying to look at this. They're trying to call it folklore. Folklore. It includes charges of black magic, and sensitive genius didn't like the skeptical comments of the press. He removed his mysterious box, returned to his laboratory, and the secret of his power source died with him. Ah, it died with him. The black magic powder, Scylla Nanotechnologies, gives lithium. In 2004, dropped out at Tesla. That would be enough black magic for 2.3 million batteries. Let's see this. He had a black box. So that's interesting. It really is. If he had a black box. Yeah. I think that's about it, you all. It really is. He said he could split the earth in half with the frequency, with the resonance of the earth, with a little bitty instrument. If you missed the first part of it, he had a little instrument he took out of his pocket and he put it on a steel building, and it started shaking, and the steel workers came down. They thought that the building was going to crumble, and they called in the police reserves. He said another 10 minutes he could have brought that whole entire building down. And you could split the earth in two with something like that and just keep lighting off tons of dynamite. He said he could level a bridge. He could take a bridge down with vibration. So it's really, really interesting. It is. Our vocal cords have a lyre that can do the same. All right, now there is something. There's a story in the Bible. How was it Joshua that walked around? His army was ordered. Let me look at this. Walked around. I don't know if it was Joshua. Marched around the building. The walls of Jericho and tumbled down. I wonder if they sung. Yeah, Joshua. They marched around. I wonder if they were singing. They marched around the walls of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. And I'm wondering if they were singing when it happened, is what I think. Were they singing when it happened? Let me see this, you all. I can't see if this was... Let's look at that. They did. They were told. Well, they had their things right that. I wonder if the frequency of their I don't know, if they were singing, if it brought down the walls. Yeah, I'm wondering if it happened like that. They were blowing their horns and they brought the walls down. Yeah, frequency can heal. Absolutely. And you know how our thoughts also can, our thoughts can make us sick. It can put us in a low vibration. Yeah, so they walked around with the Battle of Jericho and made the walls tumble down. That's just now, just like Nikola Tesla said, he can make those walls come tumbling down, those buildings. Mystic Carbon Goddess. Yep. That is so interesting. So, I think there's a whole lot more. There's bound to be a whole lot more that they don't like us to talk about or know about. Well, we got a lot of power within us. We really do. Obviously, we got a lot of knowledge that literally is kind of locked up on the inside of us and we don't know it. Um, some know it. Some use it. Some people do use it. And some people are afraid. You don't have to be afraid. Probably the day's going to come when you ain't going to be afraid. You ain't going to hold back. You're just going to let it all come out. That's what's going to happen one day. It's going to come out. You're going to come out of that shell is what you're going to do. Yeah, I like that. As a man thinketh within his heart, so he is. That's true. That's absolutely right. That can be good and that can be bad. I would hope that everybody thinks good about themselves. I really would. Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's who we looked at. Nikola Tesla, right here. A man who said he could split the earth into, he could split the earth in two with vibration. So I'm just read this thing one more time. Just one more time, you all. So he walked down to Wall Street district. He found 10 stories of steel framework without a brick or stone laid around it. He clamped his vibrator to one of the beams and fused it and fussed with the adjustment until he got it. In a few minutes, he said, I could feel the beam trembling. He could feel a steel beam trembling. Gradually, the trembling increased in intensity and extended throughout the whole great mass of steel. Finally, the structure began to creak and weave, and the steel workers came to the ground panic-stricken, believing that there had been an earthquake. Rumors spread that the building was about to fall, and the police reserves were called out. Before anything serious happened, I took off the vibrator, put it in my pocket, and I went away. But if I would have kept on for 10 minutes more, I could have laid that building flat in the street. And with the same vibrator, I could drop the Brooklyn Bridge into the East River in less than an hour. So he could done damage like this with just that thing that he put in his pocket. That's what he said. So that was way back then. That was in 1912 during an interview he did. So that's very telling, especially since we've got, we got all these things like this going around the earth, you all. We really do. All around the earth. All around it. It's like nonstop. And there is like some place in the Bible where it says there'll be such an earthquake, none like it has ever occurred on the earth, and it never will again. There's supposed to be a massive, massive earthquake that occurs in the end times. Yeah. So everything is very interesting. It is. So I want to thank you all for coming on here. Thank you, moderators. I know it kind of got a little wild, but that's exciting. It really is. Reading about Nikola Tesla. And it's a fascinating man, very brilliant man. A man before his own time. And I don't know what happened to him. I don't. He's no longer here. I guess he got old or something happened. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you all. We gotta get this. Yes, we do. So with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all, and your evening or afternoon, whatever time it is. And thank you for watching, you all. It's really interesting. Please give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. It's really interesting. It really is, and you never know what there is to research until you start looking. Okay, that's exactly how it happens, you all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Love you.